Trust is a complex concept. It's not always easy to pinpoint when or where it starts to erode, especially when it comes to institutions like the police. Today, we delve into the reasons behind the growing skepticism towards law enforcement and why reform is not just necessary, but urgent. Let's begin with accountability, or rather, the lack thereof. Imagine a workplace where misconduct is rarely punished. In policing, this isn't just a hypothetical scenario. 72% of officers themselves admit that poorly performing colleagues are not held accountable. Then there's the troubling mindset that the ends justify the means. Practices like testifying or lying on the witness stand and illegal surveillance are more common than we'd like to believe. These actions might catch a few criminals, but they also undermine public trust and violate our rights. Training, or the lack of adequate training, further complicates the issue. Did you know that police receive fewer training hours than barbers? This glaring inadequacy leaves officers ill-prepared for real-world conflicts, pushing them towards excessive force as a first resort. The war on drugs is another major point of contention. For over 40 years, trillions have been spent on a campaign that has done little to curb drug use, but much to devastate communities. It's difficult to trust an institution that enforces laws known to cause more harm than good. And what about the so-called war on police? It's a narrative that distracts from genuine calls for reform. Instead of engaging with communities to build trust, some police departments perpetuate this myth, further alienating those they serve. The job itself can breed callousness, making officers less empathetic and more difficult to trust. More than half of police officers admit their roles have made them more hardened, a troubling statistic when empathy is crucial for community relations. Moreover, law enforcement actions often promote undemocratic interests, disproportionately targeting marginalized groups under the guise of national security. This unequal application of law contributes significantly to public mistrust. However, it's crucial to revise some points previously stated. Not all claims about police misconduct hold up under scrutiny. For instance, while there are instances of evidence planting, they're not as widespread as once believed. Similarly, outdated studies on police domestic violence may no longer reflect current realities. Finally, while historical racism in policing is undeniable, it doesn't automatically indicate systemic racism today without contemporary evidence. In conclusion, the skepticism towards police isn't unfounded. It's rooted in real issues that demand attention and reform. As we move forward, let's push for changes that restore trust and ensure justice for all. Stay tuned for more insights as we continue this critical conversation.